Paul Reynolds, thank you so much for joining me today on Success Mindset TV. Thank you for being with me. I'd just like to introduce you first, if that's okay.
Yes.
Amazing introduction for the amazing Paul Reynolds. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, really, really good. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So just for the viewers, this is world-renowned DJ Paul Reynolds. Paul's gone from DJing in a small little bar in Southport, northern England, when we first met, to becoming a world-renowned DJ. He DJs in two of the biggest clubs in the world. He DJs in High, that was formerly Space, in Ibiza, and he was resident at Pikes, and he was resident at Ushuaia as well. And he famously played an 8-hour set on the closing night in Space, didn't you? Which was absolutely phenomenal. And he's played back to back with some amazing DJs, such as Idris Elba, and he's resident for Glitterbox in Ibiza as well, and Glitterbox is all around the world. Paul's lived in Ibiza for the past 15 years with his beautiful wife Faye and their gorgeous son. And he has the ideal lifestyle. He just jets around the world at the drop of a hat to play some amazing gigs. He's got like the best job ever. So as I say, Paul, thank you so much for joining me. It really, really means a lot for you to be here on Success Mindset TV. I'm going to get straight into the first question, if that's all right.
Of course, yeah. Hit me with it. Let's
Hit
go.
me. So I want to know, you're a world-class international DJ, which is like amazing. It's what like everyone wants to do. It's the best job, isn't it? Like what led you initially to becoming a DJ? How did that all start?
I don't know. I was brought up with a family of music. Like my mum and dad was just, the music was always loud in our house, and it was just inbuilt in me really, and kind of something I got into, little school discos, and then just built my way up from there. And it was a bit of an addiction really, and a good addiction, being a teenager really, and just a lifelong passion for music, and I've just gone from there, and a lot of hard work, and it's been amazing, and I have got, like you said, I've got the best job in the world.
I know, but it must have took, because you've taken the plunge like 15 years ago to kind of, you started DJing like around the northwest in England, didn't you? DJing in Liverpool and Southport, and then obviously you and Faye decided, let's go to Ibiza. Like you took a massive plunge, and Ibiza is obviously amazing. I've been a few times. Like you took this like massive plunge, that the two of you, didn't you? You came to that decision to say, right, we're gonna go to Ibiza. Like from DJing, because you were living in Southport at the time, weren't you? In North England.
We're living in Southport, and a few things led. There's my friend who owned Bar None, where I was DJing at the time. He actually sold a bar, and Faye was going to take a hairdressing salon over, and on exactly the same week, both like I found out Rob was selling a bar, and we found out the hairdressing salon didn't actually want to sell at that particular time. So we were kind of like, do you know what? Let's go and have an adventure for a year and see how we get on. So we put our house on the market, and we sold it, and we just thought we'll go over and crack on over there. So we come to Ibiza. We literally, I think I knew one person over here who was the guy who gave me the job, which was in the West End in San Antonio. Yeah. So I stayed there for a year, and then I moved on to onto Plastic, which is a nice bar in San Antonio as well. So I spent a few years there, and then I give one winter I give a CD to one of my friends. It was all really original funk and soul music, very, very different to what gets played on the island. And one of the promoters from Space, he heard it, Mr. Doris, and he's a DJ, incredible DJ. And he booked me to come and play at Space.
Wow, I bet that was just incredible to be, because Space is like it's the biggest club in the world, isn't it?
Space is the biggest club of our time. It's a bit like it was the ultimate club of our time. A bit like the Studio 54. But Space will always have that name. So I got booked for that, and cried my eyes out.
Describe that moment to me. That the moment you got booked for Space, the biggest, like that, because you say, you've worked your arse off. Like people think being a DJ, But you've worked hard, haven't you? So
I've done a lot, yeah, a lot
really worked hard.
a lot of work to get to that point.
Yeah. So,
and all as I actually wanted to do then was play at Space once. That was kind of the dream. That's where I wanted to go.
Okay.
And when I got that phone call, I just broke down crying.
Wow.
I was crying, and I phoned my mum up. She couldn't actually understand what was up. She thought somebody died or something.
Oh my God! Yeah.
They couldn't understand what I was saying. It was a lot of emotions come out because you take a lot of knocks and a lot of good times, a lot of bad times on the way up. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of what life's about, and you just got to soldier on with it. And yeah, I got that booking, and I played.
Wow.
And it was incredible. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. And then I got asked back again. And off the back of that, then I got.
They must have liked you then. Come on, come back again. We like you.
Yeah. I got booked again then. And
wow.
then following summer, I got asked to be resident for Space then.
Wow.
Which was pretty cool. So I become resident for their techno night, Kakuma, and I was playing on the Sunset Terrace, playing more sort of down tempo, chilled vibes through the night. We used to do like a 6-hour set there, which was really nice and everything. And then I got booked for Ushuaia, which was an incredible moment as well, because that was then the new club on the scene. And it was, I mean, God, everyone wanted and still wants to play in Ushuaia. It's like a festival every single day.
Again, it's an absolute super club, isn't it? Like, as you say, that day that you found that you were playing in Space, I mean, that must be all the hard work you've done. Like you say, there's knocks and falls and successes, and people don't see the knocks as well, do they? They just think you work your way up, but there must have been a lot of that, and it's how you kind of come back from that, isn't it? It must be quite hard, you know.
It is. I think you've got to really believe in yourself. I think if you believe in the music and you believe in yourself, and you know you've got something special and to offer, and something different as well. I mean, I get sent so many promos off DJs over here. They want to come and play, and they all play the same. It's all the same music. It's just the same. And I think the reason I kind of got my break was because I'd done something completely different, which not a lot of DJs are doing over here.
Yeah, sure.
Which enabled me to get my break. So I still do play the house music, the tech house, depending on what type of night I'm playing, which the other DJs play. I also play funk and soul and all kinds of things which we incorporate in our party Melon Bomb, which is another side that I
Well, you part of Melon Bomb, don't you, which plays all over the world. It plays residency at Pikes as well, doesn't it? And Pikes again is world famous for, for where it is.
For all kinds of things.
Yeah, well, really. Some might be able to mention, some might not.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting what you said. Because obviously this is, we're talking about success mindset and how our mindset helps us. But that must have been really important for you, Paul, that belief that you had in yourself. And I know you and Faye have an amazing relationship in the way that she supported you and your friends have supported you. Has that been a big part of moving you forward, do you think, that kind of self-belief?
Massively. Okay. I mean, God, Faye's been an absolute rock with us. I mean, I don't know how she puts up with
She's amazing.
I'm quite an obsessive person, like with certain things that I'm interested in, and obviously one of them things is music, and I literally live and breathe music, and and I think it's just good to got to believe in yourself, and you've really got to have a good team around you, which was essentially just like my wife and God, my mum and dad have continuously supported me, they're incredible. And then right through to now, we are managed by Defected and Glitterbox and the Colluded brand, which is huge. And that's, I mean, the team there is just like family. And then the people at Ushuaia and High, my friend Leslie, she is the booker at Ushuaia and for High as well. And she's pushed my career like you wouldn't believe. She's heaven to me. She's amazing. Yeah, love it a bit. But it's just about that, having that team around you and having a great outlook, and and always remaining very very humble to it all, I think, you know. And,
yeah, of course. So that's massive, isn't it? That self-belief. You've always kind of, you know, because you've always had that, like you said, that real passion as well, and the two together and that support around you, they've made a huge difference, haven't they? And just having that team and being on the defected team, I mean, wow, like amazing.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, it's one of the biggest house, or if not the biggest house label in the world.
Sure.
And they also own the Glitterbox brand as well. So being in with them guys is brilliant, and quite a dream come true for
completely.
Yeah.
And I know it's just amazing just hearing this stuff, like where you are to where you've come, and it's wonderful to hear your story. And I know there's probably like loads, but what would you say is your kind of the best moment, or one of the best moments in your DJ career so far? There must be loads, but
I mean, the best moment of my career was the final closing party at Space.
Okay.
And getting to play the last set on the Sunset Terrace.
Wow.
I think there was about 100 DJs on that night, and everyone got half an hour. And I got to play 8 hours, which is amazing.
Incredible.
I was in one room and Carl Cox was closing inside Terrace.
Wow. I'm getting goosebumps, like just telling me about that.
Goosebumps. I think it was cried about 3 times during the set. It was just one of them magical evenings that led into the day. I think it started at 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't wait to get on the deck. So I was just, as soon as I got on there, played my first track, I knew that I was going to punish it for 8 hours, and that was it. I just wanted to take everyone on a big journey and just leave. I remember going to a club many years ago called Privilege. It's a huge club. I listened to a DJ called Colin Peters.
Okay.
And the memory he left me with that night, I was like, oh my God, if I can create that for people, that is what I want to do. And this was kind of when I was still playing in Southport. So every time I DJ, I always try and create that, and especially on that Space night. And I think that Space night, people will talk about that set for a long time. And it was just everyone was together in a room. It was magical, absolutely magical.
Yeah, amazing. And as you say, even it sounded like you had that vision back then when you were in Southport. You know, you saw this amazing DJ play that you kind of, you know, and it's like the biggest club in the world, isn't it? And kind of saying to yourself, you know, I want to play, I want to have that magic, I want to create that. And there you are all these years later at the closing night, hundreds of DJs off and on. You're there for 8 hours.
8 hours,
it's just phenomenal.
And it was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And I had all my friends there as well, and all the DJs, all like the famous DJs like Brandon Block and Alex P, who've been legendary in Space's history. Youssef, I had my Loco in the crowd, like eats everything, like everyone was dancing around. It was just one of them magical moments that you'll never forget. So,
I wish I'd been there. It sounds amazing. I can live vicariously through you. And again, I know you must have like so many stories. You know, you've shared a few there, but so many. What's the most kind of outlandish story you can kind of share, you know, with our audience? I'm kind of interested. You know, there's probably loads, but just any that kind of
I got
come to mind.
Go and play in a club in Indonesia, in Jakarta.
Yeah.
Really nice guys who owned a few lap dancing bars, shall we say? Which was all good. So I got told you'll get really looked after when I got over there. So I had some idea of maybe what these guys were up to, you know. So anyway, I got off the plane in Jakarta. As soon as I got off the plane at the jet bridge, I got met and I got taken straight through the ambassador's exit. Yeah. Show my passport, bags carried out, blah blah blah. And I was actually carrying a case for Space. I hadn't checked what was in it. I was panicking like all the journey. I was thinking, oh my God, what is in this thing? And I'm so glad I actually didn't get stopped, because in it was loads of drag gear. loads of drag gear, loads of like size 11 shoe, like high heel shoes and everything. So I'm glad I didn't kind of get stopped for that. Yeah, then we went to the club, played the club, which was incredible. And then the next day we got picked up from the airport, and we had about an 8-hour wait to go to the airport. So they said, okay, well, come and stay in our hotel. So we went to their hotel, the guys who own the club. I was thinking, this is quite strange, isn't it? So anyway, I got in there, and it was a very clean room. So I put the TV on. There was lots of porn on the TV. I'm thinking, what's going on here? So I thought, I'm going to FaceTime my wife. So I went for a little walk around, and with my FaceTime up, and I walked into this spa area where there was loads of girls. Anyway, the manager runs up to me now, so I'm clicking on. So this is not actually a hotel, is it? This is very, very high class brothel, which they've told us to relax in for 8 hours. So I got offered, would you like to take your pick of any of the ladies? On the phone to my wife, give me 5 minutes, I'll be with you. So I quickly scurried off back to my room, and I didn't even get any room service.
Room service.
Room service, yeah. I didn't have a limp or an itch when I got back from it. So that was all good.
There you go.
Oh yeah, so there has been quite good times over there.
Yeah, I bet there's like so many. You could probably talk like all day about all the stories, like all the stuff that you've done abroad, because you've done loads of gigs around the world, haven't you? And all the stuff Ibiza is just, it's the most amazing place, isn't it? But the stories that God, we could probably sit here all day. You must have like millions of them.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's a real good ride. It's been a great ride, and I'm just eternally grateful for everything that's happened. It has took a lot of work, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I think that's one of the main things. You have to be grateful for everything you have. 100%. We wake up every morning, me and Faye, and we say morning Ibiza, and just give thanks every day, really, for everything you got. I'm a great believer in if you feel positive and you give thanks for everything you've got, everything. It's a bit of a cliche, isn't it? But I really believe if you put it out there, I think you're going to get it back, aren't you?
100%. Yeah, being in gratitude is massive, and I talk to clients about that when you're in gratitude. Because we basically focus on, it's easy to focus on the negative because that's the way we're programmed. But actually, if you focus on the gratitude, focus on the positive, you can actually rewire and reprogram your brain. So actually, like you say, you're getting up first thing in the morning when the mind is really susceptible, just to be thankful and in that gratitude. I'd be thankful if I was in Ibiza when I do. Manchester's great. It's not raining today. That's good. But yeah, just being in that gratitude and being in that mindset, and kind of on that. Touching on that subject, obviously, the channel is Success Mindset TV. So, kind of, what would you? Because you have got so far, and of course, you've worked your arse off. You've worked so hard. But I suppose, 2 questions really. What would you say? Apart from that, what would you how have you kind of utilised? Do you think you've utilised your mindset in that way to get where you have? Obviously, there's the self-belief thing, which is brilliant, and that's massive, and the support. But is there any other way you've utilised those kind of mindset strategies for yourself? And I suppose, what would you, because obviously you have got the best job in the world, and everyone wants to be a DJ. What the second question, I suppose, would be, what would you, what advice would you give someone who's wanting to tread the DJ path and that kind of thing? So.
Well, I think the whole mindset thing is. Like I touched on before, is just be very, very focused on what you want and where you want to get to.
Sure.
And it's just a matter of working really hard. And I think if you've got that self-belief and you're gonna get there in the end, you have got to keep on driving. Don't be too much in people's faces. But really believe in yourself, and I think people, once you build up a good reputation and people are like loving your music or whatever you do, it's whatever business you're in, isn't it? You build up a great reputation, life is going to get good for you, and people's ears will prick up and start wanting you there, and
sure.
Advice to DJs is just believe in what you're doing, and try and do something a little different.
Of course.
Develop your own style. and then you'll go far. That's it,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
just. I think that is with everything. You've got to do something different, like, you know, with you know, with anything. What, you know, with what you're doing, everything. We've all got to find that niche
yeah.
to make what we do something special. That people want to be around and people want to use, you know. So
Yeah, definitely. And there's two things there, isn't there? I mean, I think a lot of the time it's easy to say, I want to be like such and such, or I want to be like, you know, there is only one of you. You've got to just remain unique and look at what can I bring to this? What can I bring different to this? And it like with you, it's totally made you stand out, hasn't it? You know, that day that you got the gig at Space, and you were just like, because you've brought something different, you know, and that's a huge thing, isn't it? Definitely, just be, you know, it's cliche, but kind of be you, rather than I want to be like this or I want to be like him. We spend so much time comparing ourselves to others, don't we? And it's just, you know,
100%.
it's really,
Yeah, I think it's quite a natural thing to compare yourself to others. You know, but you have to really believe in you, and what you're doing is different. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, no, 100%, agree. Yeah.
And I think that belief and focus there too, if you're just completely focused, you know, exactly where you want to be, visualize that. And again, that's really, really powerful as well, isn't it? You know, so, and you've obviously done that through the years to get to where you have, including like masses of hard work and hard graft. And because it's not easy, it is about those setbacks and those knockbacks. And I think it's how you deal with that as well, isn't it? You've got to kind of pick yourself up and say, you know what, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to put myself out there, because if you don't, that's it. It's the end of the road. So you just need to keep going and going and going.
Keep plodding away at it. You will get your knockbacks. And do you know what? I think sometimes when you are getting to that kind of, oh my God, I'm done with this, something always comes in and wallops you in the face, and you're like, yes, we're back on this again. That's great. And do you know what? And just enjoy what you do. Like, I think it's a bit of an old thing of, you know, enjoy what you do and you'll never work again. But it's like, enjoy what you're doing, and, you know, then you will have passion for it. You know, so it's not rocket science. It's just about enjoying what you're doing, and, you know, go for it.
Who can not love being a DJ? No, it's so true. I mean, I was only saying to a client earlier, you know, I'm so passionate about what I do. It doesn't feel like work. I love it. And I think when you have that passion and you find your niche, and, you know, it makes such a huge difference, doesn't it? And that's so important. It's fantastic. I just love hearing all this kind of where you were to where you've got to, and that story. So, and again, you've probably got loads, but can you share like any interesting, like maybe funny? You've obviously rubbed shoulders with all different celebrities. Obviously, you know, when you're playing back to back with all these different DJs. Idris, who I obviously got to meet last year because of your good self. Hi, Idris, can I have a selfie? Everyone was shoved outside the booth, and I was like still there, like hi, and he was like, anyway, he was really nice. So that was.
He's a really lovely guy, really lovely guy. Yeah, I've done the whole summer with him in High last year. Myself and him in the club room. Yeah, so he's a really lovely guy. Great DJ. We had some real good fun there. Lots of drinking. Lots of good times. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, went out for his birthday as well. I was like, oh my God, I've been invited to Idris Elba's birthday meal. So yeah, it's you know what, I love and enjoy every single little thing like that. I mean, I take a look at myself sometimes and think, I was DJing in an Irish bar 15 years ago. Now I'm doing this with so and so, and it's just some DJs I used to look up to and are now called really good friends. You know, it's mental, absolutely mental.
It's amazing.
So good, and I am very grateful to be where I am.
Yeah. Are there any little like funny celeb stories, or any funny little Obviously, you shared the amusing. This is your service room.
Yes.
Again, there must be loads.
Oh, there's loads. My mind's got a bit blank, really. There's been a lot of partying and a lot of alcohol damage, I think, over the years.
I've forgotten that. Too much alcohol.
But no, we've had some great times.
Yeah, as you say, just pinching yourself, isn't it, and thinking, oh my gosh, I used to these guys that I looked up to. Now I'm like, they're my friends, and it's just, you know, you are living the dream. So just kind of final question, really, kind of wrapping up. what is your future goal and dream, do you think, kind of moving forward? Where do you see yourself kind of?
Well, Melon who is the brand we run with Ben, Scott and Juan.
Sure.
So I think that's really pushing forward. Just got like a merchandise range out, because obviously with everything that's going on, the DJ work isn't huge at the minute. You know,
sure.
So we're just trying to keep very relevant with the live streams, and you just got to remain positive and keep in people's minds. So yeah, and then when this is all over, we will be back touring all over again.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then just going with Melon Bomb and everything really, and also my own career as Paul Reynolds, and just keep pushing forward, and making loads more great memories and lovely times.
Though you've made some memories and just more to come. As you say, this year it's been difficult. Ibiza's pretty much been closed, a lot of places, but it's about, as you say, you guys run Melon Bomb and what you're doing kind of moving
the
forward.
island's been beautiful this year, as much as
sure.
I mean, it's so easy to get down over these things and everything, but and I've had a few little down points this season. I'm like, oh my God. But you know what? I just look outside every day. The sun's shining. I'm with my lovely family. I can take them for a walk. I'm feeling well. I'm not feeling exhausted. It's you just got to take the happiness and gratitude out of what you're getting dealt at the minute, haven't you? Really?
100%.
And I look forward to the good times again.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty more. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Listen, it's been honestly like amazing, incredible interviewing you today. I love hearing your stories and how like I say, you've worked so hard to get to where you are, and it's testament to how amazing you are at what you do. So I just really appreciate you joining me today for the program.
Very nice.
It's been brilliant.
I can see my mates building behind you where they live as well. The big black.
There you go. That's Dean's Gate in Manchester. We're right in the city centre.
Hey.
Your friends are there, so they can wave to us later.
Yes, definitely.
No, really good. Thanks so much for coming with me.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.